Hello, family. I have some dreams I want to share with you guys. Some recent dreams that I had this past week, and a lot of things that I'm still working on trying to get out to you. Um, it's been a pretty crazy day today, but let's just get to these dreams. So, this one in particular dream that I'm about to share with you guys. Um, a lot went on in this dream, but I still don't really understand it to an extent. So, you guys want to jump in and share some of your own interpretations? You're more than welcome. I'm always leave the comments open for that reason, because we are here to not one interpretation is always the only correct one. We all get our own meaning out of these dreams. I believe that the Lord always gives a base message, but certain symbols in the dreams mean certain things or different things to different people. So, with that said, I was running through a pathway in a backyard of a bunch of houses, and there were houses on both sides of me. I was trying to get to a tall black fence at the end of the pathway. So I'm running through this backyard, and there's houses on this side, and there's like a little, almost like an alleyway, but it was between the backyards of both sides of the houses. Um, then I heard dogs barking, and all right, hold on one second. Let me go back for a second. I knew I had taken this way as a shortcut other times before. I was going to jump the fence to get to wherever I was heading. Then I heard dogs barking, so I stopped running because I wasn't sure if the dogs were chained up or not. I then saw that there were dogs in a few of the gated backyards, like chain link fence, and but I saw that the one yard wasn't gated, and I knew there was a big dog around there. I saw the dog in the yard, and I knew it was very territorial, so I decided to go in one of the houses next to me on my left. I got into the house, and the dog came over to the steps. I saw that he had broken hind legs, but he was still pulling himself around. There were some girls in the house that I was talking to about the dog. Then I knew I was running late for work or school. I was trying to get all my stuff together, and I was getting snacks. So I've had dreams about snacks before, and I know snacks can represent, or at least for me, snacks kind of represent like word. Like whenever I'm putting these snacks in my bag, it's like specific word that I'm bringing along to me to give me energy, to help me to have strength and endurance for my journey. um I'm trying to find my spot for a second. I then was heading to my destination, but then I realized I had forgotten something I needed. I turned around to go back to the house to get stuff, but I was running as fast as I could to get there. So at this point, I was no longer in the car, and I was running down the road to get back to the house. I was then on the sidewalk, and I saw a girl walking down that I was very attracted to for some reason. She looked Asian descent. I saw a woman yelling to her from across the street. I don't remember what she was saying. Then I felt the need to run over to the girl. I ran over I ran over to the girl right in front of her, and then noticed there was like, it was like a little ditch, like a black pothole in the sidewalk. And I then, like right where that ditch was, like there was a block of the sidewalk was missing. So I like jumped over the sidewalk, um and I lost my balance, and I ended up like falling backwards over the little hole. And I took a piece of the sidewalk up. So I'm kind of, this part is a little fuzzy because I'm not sure exactly how it happened. Like, I'm not sure if I jumped first over the little hole, the ditch that I saw, and then I fell backwards, or if I had picked up. I first picked up a piece of the sidewalk, and then and I had lifted it over my head, and then I lost my balance and I fell backwards. And but either way, however, whichever one came first, I ended up picking up a piece of the sidewalk up, the block, like a block of the sidewalk up, and I lifted it over my head, for the girl to walk over. And like she was a queen or royalty or something like that. So like that whole period, that whole scenario, this girl reminded, like, just had this feeling of royalty to me for some reason. And like I was running to her feet to like not serve her, but to keep her from having to walk over this hole or this ditch or whatever. I don't know what it was. But so in a way, and then I woke up after that. So the things that I read, that I got understanding of in this dream, are the dog and partly the girl at the end. So the dog with the broken legs, what I felt that the Holy Spirit was showing me with that was the fact that his hind legs were broken. So hind legs in most animals, that's where their power is. Like their power is in their back legs. And the fact that his legs were broken, that means his power was broken. And I feel like the fact that he was vicious, he was a vicious dog. I knew that he was very territorial and he was vicious. And he was loose. Well, actually, he ended up I ended up seeing that he had a chain on him. I forgot to write that part down. But at first I thought he was loose, but then I saw he had a chain on him. But I feel like that was a symbol of a demon that was loose, or that was around me getting through this pathway. And the fact that this pathway was in the backyard, it was an unseen pathway to most people. So it was like a hidden pathway that I was traveling through. And there was a demon that was trying to attack me, but God had broken his power, his hind legs. So the girl, I feel like that could possibly represent Jesus, as the king coming, and me feeling attracted to her and wanting to almost throw myself to her feet and lift ground up so that she could walk across. Like, I feel like that's what that represented. Or it could be speaking in a warning sense for the world, saying that they are bowing down to the to the whore of Babylon and worshiping her at her feet and throwing themselves down to her, to the queen, and so that she can walk over them. Like, it can go either way, I'm not sure, but I didn't get a bad sense from it. So I don't think it was that, but it's possible. So I don't know. Either way, you guys can throw me some feedback on that. So the next dream that I have, was from this morning or last night, and there's a couple flash dreams. So I saw the first flash dream. I saw a big flower plant, this pretty flower plant on my bed, and it was opened up, and a bird, like a hummingbird, came hovering down, but like hesitantly, like it came down, and it was real slow, like it was being cautious, and I knew it was coming down to get some nectar out of the flower, out of the open flower. The next flash dream, I was looking through a little book with pictures for something, and I wish I could remember what these pictures were because there were so many of them. But the one of the pictures I remember, I think, was a whale. But I was looking in this book for something specific, and I was trying to connect it with something else. So I can't really make that very clear because I don't remember exactly what I was looking for. Then the next dream, I was at work. I used to work at a hobby shop a long time ago. So I was at work at the hobby shop, and I was sitting at the desk in the back doing something on the computer. Like I was looking something up on the computer, and I noticed one of the things that popped out to me was I saw like a X-Acto blade, or like the blades you use when you work in a warehouse, and you to cut like box. It was like a box opener. There you go. I saw that sitting on the desk, and then I had a question for one of the guys that worked there, one of the employees, and I asked him. I said, I didn't even ask him the question. I remember saying, you can't put regular lights in a fluorescent light, in fluorescent lights. So whatever that means, I'm not sure. The next dream had to do with Israel, and I saw so I saw like a article or maybe a news clip or something like that, and it said that we were waiting for, or people were waiting for, they were trying to find out whether Israel was, who they were going to pick for a specific role. Someone new, and they were waiting to see who they were going to elect for this position. And I was thinking about this dream again earlier today, and caliphate kept coming in my head. So I started looking stuff up, and then I did find some things talking about Israel and the caliphate and stuff like that. So I don't know if that's exactly what I was talking about, but in the dream, like, people were waiting to see who Israel was going to pick, or when they were going to find this new person. But then the other thing that kept popping in my head was that I think I remember part of it was we were waiting to see if they were going to realize who the Messiah is, who the true Messiah is. And then it also had something to do with the caliphate, so I'm not really sure. And then the last quick dream I had right after that Israel dream, which I think was connected to that, I saw a tree branch surrounded by a thick fog covering the rest of the tree. So the tree branch, so think of this hand's the fog around the tree, and the tree branch is like sticking out like that, and the rest of the tree you couldn't see. It was just a really thick gray fog around it, and it was real quick image. But so those are dreams. I just wanted to get those out with to you guys. I'm definitely open to your interpretations, whatever you feel the not your interpretation on what you feel and from the flesh. I mean, spirit wise. But if you feel the spirit is leading you to interpret something, definitely throw that out there, um, because we definitely have to be aware of whether what we are getting is being led by the spirit, or if that's just coming from our own mind. Because as the word says, lean not on your own understanding, lean on his, lean on God's understanding, because his knowledge and wisdom is higher than ours. We may not get things the way he shows them. So always bring things to God, bring things to Jesus. Ask him to give you understanding and discernment in the spirit. And that's what I'm doing, the saying. And I apologize, because usually I give you guys interpretation and scripture to back everything up, but I felt that the Lord has been giving me a lot of dreams, and they're kind of backing up, and he wants me to just get these dreams out there, because he told me recently that not every dream is for me to understand. A lot of these dreams are for you guys, or for someone out there that's listening or watching, and it'll mean something for them that is not specifically for me, but he's just using me as the vessel to speak this dream. So either way, God bless you guys. I love you, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible.